So today we're going to be detailing this E92 M3 on the interior and exterior. We're going to do a full paint correction. We're going to ceramic coat it, and we're going to make this thing look insane by the end of this video. But I also want to say that this video, we're going to talk about the business side of detailing. I'm going to say my, random here and there comments about what I'm doing, but I also want to focus on helping you guys expand your business, start a detailing business if you want to, and give you tips and tricks that maybe you can use in your other businesses as well. So if you're new, smash the subscribe button, give this video a huge thumbs up to start off the video, and let's get started. Now the first question I typically get asked is, where do you even start a detailing business? And the first thing that I would recommend is get all your supplies together, which there's tons and we can do a whole separate video on that. But the easiest way is to do your friends and family's cars, get your name out there, get it in their heads that you have a detailing business now, so that way they can start recommending you to friends after you work on their car. It also helps you with the experience side of it, just getting some cars underneath your belt, so that way you kind of get into a routine of what you need to do to detail cars. Now the previous comment rolls into the next one, which is talking about finding customers. And the easiest way is to go around your neighborhood, go around, to car dealerships, ask if they need extra help, if they want to hire you to to detail their entire fleet. There's different ways that you can go about it, whether you're even just walking through a parking lot, you see somebody's car that, has a nice car that they're taking care of or that's dirty, and offer to detail it for them, and just start communicating with people, get your name out there through just conversation. And, if you're at a restaurant or if you're at a bar or if you're just at a sporting event, just talking to people, you can find out what they want and what they need for a service and ask them if you can be that person that helps them out. So getting business cards made is an easy way just to hand it to somebody real quickly. And the more you pass out, the more likely you're going to get a phone call from somebody looking to get their car detailed. common question that you guys do ask as well is, how much do I charge for a detail like this or for a specific car? The easiest way to figure out a pricing scheme is to look at people in your area that already do the job, that are detailing. Go to their website, give them a phone call, ask them for a service, ask them if, hey, you have this dirty car with roaches, how much would it cost? You can figure out pretty easily what each thing will cost to get done just by making that phone call, browsing their website, going through those pricing lists for your specific zip code. If you go into if you're in Ohio like me, but I look at somebody in California, the pricing is probably going to be drastically different, especially if it's in a big city. So keep that in mind for where you're working and where you're trying to do detailing, and make sure you're looking in an area around you to get a very good idea of what the pricing would be. Now after I've washed the car, I'm going to be claying the car, and this clay bar is it's a small piece of putty essentially. It's a specific type of material, but I'm using soapy water to lightly glide it across the surface to pick up any of the contaminants on the paint before we get to the polishing stage. And this is super important, so that way any of those contaminants don't get onto your microfiber pad that you use for polishing, and that way you have a clean substrate to work on before you apply your ceramic coating. Which reminds me, if you guys have not gone to Fox Clean to pick up your drying towels, your detailing brushes, or microfiber towels, or any other products, make sure you head on over there after this video. This is the drying towel I'm using right now, and this thing's insane. I use this on every car I wash and dry. It will completely dry the entire outside of a car, whether it's a truck, whether it's a small car like this, just with one towel. Definitely go check them out and pick them up, because the stock is flying off the shelves. You guys are picking them up like no one's business. So make sure you head over to Fox Clean after this video to make sure you pick up your detailing supplies. Now I'm starting the polishing phase of this video. There's light swirl marks, there's water spots that I've etched into the paint that we're going to be removing, but this kind of goes into the next skill that I'm trying to talk about in this video, which is gaining experience, gaining different skills, practicing. The easiest way to do that is, one, if you have your own car, that needs that work done. But another thing that you can do is go to any body shop, any auto repair place. If you go into the back, you're going to see tons of bumpers, doors, fenders, hoods, you name it. So just go in and ask them what they're doing with them. And 9 times out of 10, anyone that I've ever gone to, they're going to say, yeah, you can grab one, pick one up, take it home. You can work on practicing how to wet sand, how to polish, how to clay bar, everything that you can think of, even spray painting them if you want, or painting them with a sprayer. All those different things you can practice on pretty much junk panels that are just going to get thrown away. Dent removal, paint touch-up, anything. That is one of the easiest ways to practice, especially with the fact that going into it that you really aren't going to destroy anything because it's junk anyways. It's a great practicing tool and I highly recommend it. Whenever I start polishing a car, one thing I like to do is I have 2 different types of pads that are different densities or different stiffnesses essentially, and then 2 different compounds of different grit or different, abrasiveness. And the main reason why I do that is I start on the hood and kind of figure out, starting with the least abrasive and working my way up to figure out what level of cut I need to do on that car to get rid of all of the surface imperfections. And for this one, I did have to go to a medium grit and a medium 1-step type polish. So that way I could remove all of the, etched in water spots along with all of the swirl marks. And when I'm polishing this car, it looks like I'm moving extremely fast, but I've actually 20x sped up pretty much every clip in this video because it took so long. Just the polishing phase on this car took about 7 hours in total to get every imperfection out before I could do the ceramic coating. And that's one thing that I think people don't realize is, when you use a spray wax or a spray ceramic, it's a great 1-step, quick and easy thing that you can do for the average enthusiast. But if you want to go to the next level of removing all of those imperfections, get it perfectly ready for a ceramic coating, it takes a long time, and that's why it costs so much if you go to a detailing shop. It's expensive, but the benefit to it is one, your car is spotless and perfect, but the ceramic coatings typically last 3 to 5 years, and that means that all that water sheets off your car. It makes washing your car in between washes so much faster and easier. It does pay for itself over time, but it is a huge investment up front. So that's, I think, what is hardest for people to do. So if you buy a car brand new, the best time to do it. If your car is older, taking it somewhere or doing it yourself, it just takes time. So if you're budgeting it to do it yourself, just budget a whole weekend to tackle it and get it done yourself to get it ready for that ceramic coating and protect your paint. Now, once you have the business, you're going to look into, ways to market yourself, ways to, get your name out there further than just, by word of mouth. And the easiest ways to do that is, with social media nowadays, you have Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you can create content on those. And I've been considering creating an entire course because I've done YouTube for a considerable amount of time. I've grown this channel to be huge, and it's all thanks to you guys. I've been considering putting out a YouTube course, and if you're interested in more of like a social media course and marketing perspective, let me know in the comments below if you would be interested. I'm kind of trying to work on that in the behind the scenes to see if you guys would want that. But yeah, social media is a great way to get your name out there, especially on TikTok. It's an easy way to grow, and I can go into tons more details. So if you're interested and want to know about all of the things to do to grow your social media following, create great content, let me know in the comments below, and I'll consider making that course. That way you guys can, take that course to grow your social base as well. Now, another way to get customers but also grow your consumer base is to collab with other businesses. So if there's a tint business that does tint, they're not going to do the detailing side. So if they have a customer that needs to get a detail done, they can refer them to you and vice versa. So if you're working on a car that needs tint or could use it, you could then refer it back to them and kind of bounce customers back off and forth with each other. And this goes with, dent removal, with a rim company or a tire business, collaborating with other businesses to use your resources for them and to help them out is a great way to get more customers. Now when I'm cleaning the dashboard, I'm just using all-purpose cleaner and my detailing brushes, but the one thing that is hard to see in all the shots before is how much gunk was caked on the steering wheel. I talked with the owner, and he washed the car and did a really good job with protecting it, considering this car had 50,000 miles and it's a 2012. It had very decent paint on it. It wasn't very swirled, it wasn't scratched up a ton, but the interior, it never had been detailed to this extent. It's been vacuumed before, but that's pretty much it. So everything else needed to be wiped down. There was gunk and buildup that happens over time. So by detailing this thing like I do typically, where I just go to the 10th degree and get into every nook and cranny, when you guys see these after shots, it really did come out nice. And when the owner drove away in the car at the very end, I had to take a double look, because once the car got out in the sun, because it was raining when I was doing this detail, the thing looked phenomenal. I was really, really happy with the results after polishing and ceramic coating it. Now the last tip is really not a tip, but what I want you guys to do is comment down below if you have a detailing business, where you're located, and what your website is, so that way anybody down below that's looking for a detail can go click on your link if you're in their area. I also want you guys to comment down below if you're not a detailing business or have one, if you want to start one, but also why do you watch these sort of videos? Do you watch them for the satisfaction? Are you an enthusiast that just does this on the weekend for your own personal cars? Just let me know down below in the comments and why you watch these sort of videos, or if you have a detailing business to help market yourself. My hope is with this video that these tips that I gave you are helpful for your business, or if you want to start one, or if you're just detailing your friends and family's cars. That way, you guys can be successful as well. And if you liked how I narrated this video, let me know in the comments below, and if there's anything else you want me to talk about. I'm trying to mix it up. I'm trying to add new things instead of just talking through the process of every video and every detail. So that way it's entertaining for you guys, and hopefully you take away something from it. So if you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if there's other things you want me to talk about in the comments down below. And once again, thank you guys for being part of the Stauffer Garage crew. You guys mean the world to me and make this channel possible.